students, hello families. Thank you for visiting Miss Kramer's art class again. And virtual teachers, homeschoolers. Today we're making this adorable little reindeer that inspired me. What you're gonna need for this project is some burlap fabric. You're gonna need some things to sew with. We're gonna in school use plastic needle, but you can use a regular needle with a big needle eye, okay, so that you can use yarn or thicker threads on it, or you can just use a thinner threads at home. We're using yarn. And you can use beads, glass beads like these embellishments. We're gonna use googly eyes because they're so cool. You also, for the nose in school, we're going to be using the felt, so you can be using felt or burlap if you have a red burlap like this one. Okay, so for the first part, for the first step, what we need to do is get our burlap cut. You're gonna need a small piece. So this is the burlap fabric, and I am gonna cut a small piece out of it. We got a bunch of it, so we got plenty for our students in our class. So I am going to cut a piece off of camera. And what you need to cut is a square. You're gonna start with a small square, like this one. And we're gonna start with the small square. As you can see, this reindeer shape is a triangle. So we are going to cut this square into a triangle. So the best triangle, let's see how we can do it. I think the best triangle will happen like this. You're gonna draw it, so like this. Okay? And so we just follow those lines, or we're gonna fold the fabric. We could also got a triangle by folding it this way, but we kind of need a triangle that looks a little different. But you can get triangle in different ways. Depending on the triangle you cut is how your reindeer's head is gonna look like. So if you want a longer face, make a triangle that seems more elongated, like this one, because this is where the nose is gonna go. And then we're gonna line them up. We would like ideally to cut it the same, so I'm gonna just trim this one. I cut it a little bit too big. I'm gonna try trim it to fit the first one. I can use these for ears, so there's no waste really. I'm just trying to trim for them to match. Okay. I'm gonna also trim this end to match. Make sure they're the same pieces. So you're gonna match them. So now we have two pieces, the front and back. Okay. It's very roughly cut. I'm not a seamstress in any way, shape, or form. So, and our students are elementary, so we're not worrying about being precise. We're just gonna have fun with this. It's gonna be very rough cut. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're trying our best. So we're gonna be sewing a running stitch, and running stitch is a simple stitch that looks like this. It's called running because it goes on top, then it goes under, and then on top and under, on top and under, on top, under. The under part is also straight, but I'm just showing you gonna go under, and it's just doing a single straight line. Let me show you. So first we're gonna thread our needle. We're gonna need a piece of yarn and a plastic needle is what we're using, and we're gonna thread it like so. Leave a small piece hanging like this, and on the other end you're gonna tie a knot. So I go twice around, and then I kind of wiggle it into it, and I pull it like this. So I show you one more time. Twice around, and then If this works for you, or just simple way is just to thread the end through the loop and you're in like this. You have a knot. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start sewing right at the corner. Pick any corner and you're gonna push the needle through, and you're gonna see how it stops here, okay? And you're gonna do a running stitch, simple running stitch. So you're going to see they're having really neat stitch here, but this is sewing machine. Ours is gonna be handmade. So you're gonna go make the first stitch, which is this one, okay? And like I showed you, go under now. You're gonna make a short one under, like a small loop under, because you want this to be pretty close. So when you come out, you're gonna come into very closely. So you see how close I am? I am this close. And now I'm gonna make the next stitch. Okay? And it's about the same size, about the size of your finger, okay? My little finger, your regular finger, because we're elementary. So it's going to be this size. And then you come from under and go very close to get up, kind of closer to your last stitch, and then you make that stitch. Okay, and we're sewing, we're on a row. So now I'm gonna go closely that loop, follow that diagram, okay? And these are so adorable. I fell in love with them. I actually found them in Michael's, and I fell in love with them, and I thought this would be a perfect lesson for our elementary students. Remember, we are doing the little loop, very close, and now we're gonna do the running stitch. I fell in love with them because they're adorable. And this will be the first part of the lesson. We're gonna work on the reindeer nose and how to cut the horns and the nose and how to put the eyes in our next video, because we want to get started with our students. We're gonna make it in 2 parts. We also gonna fill it with a little bit of stuffing in there when we finish sewing. But our first step will be just to sew around the whole entire reindeer. So I'm gonna be working on mine, and my students are gonna start working. And in our next video, we will show you how we'll finish this reindeer. I hope you loved our lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and leave our comment or like if you like this lesson. You can even show us in comments. I don't know if you can leave a picture of how your project showed up. It would be sure nice if you could. Not sure if eBay will let you. Oh, sorry, YouTube will let you. Sometimes they will, sometimes will not. They will not. Not sure of the settings. But either way, let us know how it went. And we'll see you in our next video. And now it's your turn.